Hello, one Paul here. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys a strategy, and that's using the linear strategy. And I've talked about this for the last couple videos. I've taught it for the stock market. I've taught it for crypto, and today I'm going to teach you how to do it for gold. Now to use this strategy, it works really well for gold. And why someone would want to focus on studying gold is the number one asset out there, and it moves quite nicely if you can understand the movement and direction where it's going. You could turn a little bit into a lot here. I'm not going to give you numbers. I'll make videos on that if you want to make a certain number, but today I want to kind of run through gold with you and using this linear strategy and show you how it can help find certain moments in the charts of getting in and getting out. So we're gonna look at gold, and we're gonna look and see how this method actually helps find direction, and it helps. I'm personally, what I do with gold is I'll test it, and I'll test this strategy on demo first, and once I'm comfortable with it, then I'll move on to using real money. But you guys can open up a demo account and practice this method. It's what I recommend everybody do, because gold moves quite nicely up and down. So anyway, let me show you how to set this formula up, and then we'll go from there. If you guys see my previous videos, this is it's a similar setup to what I've talked about the last couple videos. So I'm gonna walk you guys through that real quick, and then we're gonna look at price movements and seeing how this formula will work. The first thing you need to do is if you want to trade gold, you want to hide the gold candles. You want to hide gold. So right now I have gold. You could show it, you can see it, but I have both linear and gold candles showing. What you need to do is you need to hide gold candles. So do that. So all that's left is linear candles. So I'm going to show you how to set that up. You go here, you go to your indicators, and you're gonna go to linear regression candles. It's this one right here. So I'm going to hide this first one here. So when you set it up, you need to keep the linear candles, the green ones and the red ones. You can change the color if you want, but the important thing here is the plot line, and the plot line is very important. What I do is I'll change it to yellow, and you can make it thick if you want to. Yeah, so you can see it better. So anyway, that's how you set it up. This is a very, very powerful indicator, in my opinion. So that's how you set it up. Now it's very easy. I'm gonna remove what I just set, and I'm just going to change my, yeah, I got it on. I was just making sure I had it on a pretty thick. So you got your linear candle set up, and the next thing you need is your OBV MACD indicator. When you first load your OBV MAC indicator, OBV, and it's by Raphael. Here I'm going to put this one, and I'm going to show you how to change the settings. You want to go here to your settings. You want to go to your first plot line. You want to make it a color that stands out. You want to make sure you have that, and then your plot line, your color 0 is basically your green. So you want to change it to a green with 100%, and then you want your color 1 to be a red or a bright similar color, and you want to make sure the contrast is up on that. And then you get something like this. So let me just shrink down my lines. And then you got something similar to what, I have at the top. So you have that set up, and then you're ready to go. So now we can start looking at gold and certain ways to find it with just this strategy. Now, the point of this strategy, you can do it two different ways. you have to look and make sure the candle is either passing through. It looks like it's passing through, or it's going to be going in that direction. So you want the candles to be either above or below the linear line. And what you want to do with your MACD is you want to make sure that the MACD is mirroring exactly what the line is doing. So if you're in a uptrend, you want to make sure that your line on your MACD is also doing that same thing. If the candles are above the line here, like you see right here, and the MACD is below the zero line here, if this line is below the zero line, then that is not a trade to do. So that's how you have to check off. Now, that's how you have to check off this strategy and when to enter. So basically, you wait for the candle to either appear above the linear line or below the linear line, or in that moment to where like it's passing through, as long as it's going in that direction. It kind of highlights the movement of that of those candles. So anyway, let's just look at a couple examples. I want to look at this on the hour and kind of see. Now keep in mind that the longer you do this, the more you're at risk of, gold is very volatile, so you might want to stick this to like a 15-minute, but we'll look at this on the hour. So what you see right here, what's happening right here is you see the candle going through the linear line. So this, I'm not going to focus on this, but this is a moment to get in. You can get in either probably on the second candle here, and you can ride this out from about this point, because you see the linear line, the candles are above the linear line, and you also look at your MACD and you see that it's above the MACD, so you can ride it out. And so far this is a 23,000 pip move. So another indicator that I put on here is consolidation zones. It's a little bit extra, it's optional, but it really highlights the moments where it's consolidating. And when it's consolidating, it's not really recommended for, to do any kind of trades. When it's bouncing up and down, I would just wait on it. So let's look at this, and we see that, there's a lot of consolidation here. So let's just find a moment when it's not consolidating. It really helps out. So you'll find that moment when it's not consolidating is right here. You see that the candle is above the linear line. So you would come in either on this candle or this candle here, and you also see it on the MACD right here. You see it crossing the linear line. Now you can make your moves two different ways. You can look at the linear line and wait for the candle to be above the linear line and then just ride it out. And you could ride it out till you get your first red candle, which is here. So you could actually ride this entire thing out. Now keep in mind that gold is volatile and it can very quickly go against you. So you got to keep your eyes open for that. That's why I would probably do it on a smaller time frame. We'll look at a smaller time frame. But if you did ride this entire thing out from here to here, this is a 58,000 pip move. This is 58193. 58193. If you did that at a cent, you would have made $581. So there's that strategy, and you see a bunch of consolidation, and right here's an example of a downtrend. You see the red candle going down through the linear line, so you would get in probably around this candle right here. You also see it happening on the MACD, so you know that this is a good trade for the time. So you would come in here and you could hold it off until you see like your first green candle, which is right about here. You also see that in the MACD. And from here to here, this is a 20,000 pip move. So 2408. 2408 times a penny. Bare minimum there. So this is a $204 move. Let's real quickly look at this on like the 15-minute, which when trading gold, I probably would focus on 15-minute because gold, it can get very volatile. So let's just look at a couple scenarios here on the 15. When you do it on the 15-minute, you can get some pretty quick scalps. So right here, you see that the candle goes below the linear line right about here. You also see that happening on the MACD. You see that it's below the linear line. So you would get in either on this candle or this candle. So you would ride this out till the bottom, and then it starts getting green right here. So you would exit right about here. This is a 9,691 pip move. So, you know, 9691. So this is a 9691.01. So this is $96. This is $100. So this formula here, if you can keep doing this 5 days a week, this is $100 a day formula. So a bunch of consolidation. And let's look at this example right here. Now this is a example of when I wouldn't do it, because right here you see the green candle going above the linear line, which is good, but it's still below the MACD here. So this is telling me that it's not a good trade. Even though it is, it's not a very long one. So you could ride that out, and that's a 13,000 pip move. But when I do my trades, I make sure that the direction it's going, it's already crossed the zero line. It's already crossed the zero line if I want to focus on an uptrend. So right here we see the gets out of consolidation, it comes down, and this right here is a better move in my opinion. If you ride this out, you see it's below the linear line, and the line on the MACD is below the zero line. So this is a good move in my opinion. If you rode this out from here to here, this is a 32,000 pip move. So anyway, I think you guys get the general idea. You can really use this strategy to find direction of gold. If you understand the direction of gold, you can actually make a lot of money, because gold is right now the number one asset. According to market cap, it's the number one asset out there in the world. So you can make a lot of money if you understand the direction of where it's going, but it is very volatile. So you gotta keep your eyes open for that. This chart, the strategy kind of helps highlight all the good moments. Personally, I would focus on 15-minute because you can get in and get out. Scalping this and holding for a long period of time runs the risk of, you blowing up your account. I mean, having to go against you. But anyway, this strategy is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not responsible for any profit or loss by using this strategy. It's just a formula that I use when I do my trading. Other than that, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.